Servus Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. I've been making videos on investing and precious metals in particular every now and then since last year. And at the moment, we can see by the end of last week, and also now, it is Monday, early morning here, um, gold is at an all-time high value, and even silver that has more industrial applications in comparison with gold is at a very high value. Not all-time high. I think in the late 70s or around 1980, there was a big spike in what would be in euro equivalents around 35 euro or something per ounce. And then, of course, in the early 2010 or years, 2011 or something, it was also very high. And now we can see that silver is over 20 euros per ounce and gold is around 1,650 euros per ounce. And for gold, this is, as I said, an all-time high. So we can see, I guess, that there are reasons for it, and I think mainly two. And one is that people are generally afraid. Yeah, they are using it as a insurance against inflation or against a crash of the world economy and the stock market. And the second thing is, of course, inflation. A lot of countries have now decided on huge stimuli packages, or do you say stimulus packages? Probably that's singular, right? So the EU, for example, has decided on that. I reported on that, and also the United States of America, they increased their debt. Very expansionistic monetary policy at the moment. I don't know if you can still call that quantitative easing, what we're doing right now, but the money that is in circulation or that is created from debt is, of course, this rate is very large, and this is why people are expecting a lot of inflation. So maybe you can put it this way, that not gold increased in value, but when you measure the value of gold in dollars or euros, then you see that the euro or the dollar has lost value. That is another way to put it. So I never gave financial advice. I didn't really say buy this, buy that. But I once made a video, for example, that underlined and focused really on the importance of precious metals, especially for workers, for independent-minded people, um, people who want to do their own thing, people who have not necessarily a large disposable income. Even for them, silver and gold is very important, and it should be part, I think, personally. I mean, again, this is not advice, but in retrospect, I can say that yes, by the end of last year, or even in the beginning of this year still, if you bought some silver and some gold, you definitely wouldn't regret that. Yeah, right now, depending on where you actually bought it, I think the profit you could make when you sell it right now is already pretty nice. However, I wouldn't sell it right now. I think there is still some way to go here, and I will be watching this part of the market, or this this investment type, this asset type, also in the future, of course. It is just very interesting, not just for investing, but also as an indicator. It is information. It gives us information about what is going on in the world economy. And when gold and silver go up, I mean, you can just look at the historical data. You see what happened there. It was a time of a lot of uncertainty, fear, worries. The economic situation was bad. The industrial production was decreased. Like you saw in the financial crisis, there was a real decrease in production from 2008 following, and that is when silver took off. And gold also is a very good indicator for general inflation when you maybe not day to day, right? But if you compare decades, for example, or what was the value of gold in dollars 50 years ago, yeah, you see a nice curve that with a noise and spikes and daily this and that on top, but the underlying curve is, yeah, maybe not exponential, but it is indicative that the creation of debt and the creation of money that goes along with that, yeah, has been really increased since the 80s or the 90s. You see how the stock market took off. You see how the value of gold takes off. And we all know that in most countries, the wages did not dramatically increase, at least not at this rate, that, for example, the price of real estate or rents or something went up. All right, that is all I want to say about that right now. Just if you don't follow these things, maybe it is interesting and worthwhile to look at these graphs and think about what that means in historical terms in the 20th century and now. And also, maybe you think, and once again, this is not advice, but maybe you think it is not too late yet, better get some of your fiat currency and put it into some or transfer it in precious metals in order to have an insurance. Yeah, maybe it's not a great investment at this price anymore. I don't know. This is what everybody thinks, right? Am I not much too late? Is it not, the party is already over? And if I go into the market now, it's at a very high price. But if you look at, if you don't put all your money in gold and silver, obviously, but if you only see it as an insurance, and this is what most people who know about these things, what they would advise, if you look at it as an insurance policy against inflation, then maybe it could be still a good idea for some people. All right, so I just wanted to make this brief video about silver and gold because I was very surprised. You saw at the end of last week the stock market, both the German index DAX and also the Dow Jones Industrial Average, they went down at the end of last week, and at the same time, gold and silver moved up. Yeah, that's also an interesting turn. Maybe that doesn't really have so much meaning. It was just like Thursday and Friday, maybe. But if this is a longer trend, and we will see about that, then that would mean that people really stop believing now that the stock prices are still reflecting the actual value of the stock or of the share of the company. Or they think maybe the stock market is inflated and they pull out of the stock market and go into other assets such as precious metals, among others. All right, catch you guys again later on other topics then. Servus, Kameraden.